AEW WrestleDream is all done and over with? Was it a nightmare? Was it decent? Or was it actually pretty good? Let's sit back, kick an ash, and let's cross it out. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cross Podcast. And of course, I am your host, Eric Cross. And in today's show, we're going to be talking about WrestleDream, AEW WrestleDream, all done with. Everything's in the books. Yeah, I'm gonna. Honestly, it was a decent show. Um, honestly, nothing to sit back and be like, well, this was the match of the night. There was a lot of. Um, I mean, we'll get into the matches. Uh, Honestly, to me, what stole the show was the main event match, John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Um, Again, those two are very expected to do this, so it's really not a big surprise. But let's get into the show itself. I'm going to start with the 0 hour. We have, let's see, let me pull up my notes. So we have Atlantis Jr., the champion, the ROH World Television Champion, versus Brian Cage. Decent match, big guy versus little guy. Very high flying. You know, Here's the thing: when it comes to Brian Cage, there's a lot of people that think that he's limited to what he can do, but in reality, he is absolutely an amazing high flyer in his own right, but also being so big, being with all that muscle, he is actually able to go out there and actually keep up or even surpass some of the cruiserweights, luchadors, whatever they want to be called, the fast pace wrestlers, high flyers as well. But Brian Cage becomes the new ROH World Television Champion. Congrats to my brother. Very tip my hat to him. MXM Connection versus the Acclaim. Decent match. Not really anything to kind of write home about. Um, I didn't really enjoy it, but it is what it is. Then we go into the main card: Darby Allin versus Brody King in a really really good match. Um, you know, you you let's see. Sorry. You honestly have to look at this and think. You know, Darby just loves to outdo himself by trying to kill himself. He is one of those people that loves to top what he did before in any way possible. You know, I'm telling you, man, Darby Allin has a death wish. Just plain and simple. He has a 100% death wish to just entertain the crowd, and this match was no exception. It was a really good match, but I'm gonna say Darby Allin. Where is it at? Where did I mix up my? Uh, Darby Allin did pick up the victory on that one. Again, I'm not going. At first, I wasn't going in order, but I'm going to go in order right now. Um, the main card opened with Jay White versus Hangman Page, which this one surprised me. This one surprised me a lot because I would think, yeah, Jay White coming back from injury, um, and the momentum that Hangman has is a little bit more. So I would have assumed that we would have saw a Hangman victory in this, but Jay White picks up the victory. Not necessarily clean, but in a cleaner fashion than having the guns come out or Juice Robinson. But it was a really good match between them. Hangman or Jay White focusing his 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 tactics on Hangman's leg. So that was really smart of him. But again, Jay White picks up the victory, and we move on to the women's world title match. Uh, Maria May versus uh, Willow uh, Willow Nightingale, and I honestly don't see the um, the hype, I guess, from having Mariah May as the women's champion. I feel like this is kind of holding the division up because of the rematch that's somewhere going to happen between Mariah May and Tony Storm. But again, I still feel that Willow Nightingale needs to have a run with the belt. She is absolutely over with the crowd. She is a very entertaining competitor, very entertaining professional wrestler. And, you know, will she get a shot? Um, will she get a run with the belt? Is hopefully very soon. Because honestly, I want to see her one. I want to see her one with that title and being able to go out there and um, defend it. And Mariah May hasn't really had that many title defenses, you know, and it feels very lackluster to me. It feels like this title run that she's on right now is, it's an if. It's like, well, we'll see when Tony Storm comes back. That's just that's just not right for the division. It's not right for the title itself. But again, Mariah May picks up the victory against Willow. We go into the TNT Championship match. Jack Perry versus um, let's see, where was it at? Oh my God, Katsuyori Shibata, the wrestler himself, Shibata, and this was a good match. I'm gonna give it to Jack Perry on this one because he went in there and he went and wrestled against Shibata, or yeah, he went and wrestled Shibata, and it didn't look like it was just going to be a one sided kind of fight. You know what I mean? Most of Shibata's matches they look like they're, especially in AEW, they look mostly like he's just going to whoop your ass, and then you might get a couple, you know, couple good stuff in and pick up the victory right there. But it was pretty even, pretty good, and honestly, I really like this match. Jack Perry does pick up the victory and still your TNT champion. Um, and then we go into the international championship. Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and let's see, and kind of see, um, oosh, where is? Oh my god, I'm so out of whack right now. Let's see, and oh my god, man, I'm just so overwhelmed with this match. This match was actually one of those matches that I knew was going to be crazy, and you know, for some reason, I knew someone was going to turn even more on Will Ospreay, and um, Will Ospreay, Ricochet, they they're absolutely amazing when they come out, and they absolutely one of the best kind of wrestlers to go out there and keep on going. And it's one of those things where you know where this match is going to be one of those kind of matches where it's just going to be a flips and it's going to be all this crazy stuff, and you know Kyle Fletcher turning on Will Ospreay is absolutely very surprising, very much one of those things where um, you know I have no idea, like one of those things where you kind of see it coming but you don't see it coming, and it's just man, I don't know, man. I feel that this way of doing it, Takesha going over on Will Ospreay like that, was again smart to do because it brings out the story and builds it up even more. But Takesha is now your new international champion, and if you have a chance to go see this match, Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshita, I honestly say go do it. Please, just go out and go watch it, because this, yes, it was spotty. It was one of those matches where it's just going to be flip, 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 flip. But at the same time, it was more of a story as built into this, flipping, built into this high flying, and having the turn by Will Ospreay's mate, his Kyle Fletcher turning on him, just even more putting the knife in his heart and twisting it even more. Um, so I highly recommend to go see this match. Absolutely amazing. Takeshita picks up the victory, and he is your new international champion, like I said. But then we go into um, a 2 out of 3 falls match. Um, versus the Beast Mortis versus Hologram. Um, Again, I feel like this match, and there's always 1 or 2 matches that feel like it should have just been it should have just waited for Dynamite, or Collision. It should not have been on this pay per view. But again, sometimes they surprise you and sometimes they don't. You know, Hologram picks up the victory 2-1 in this 2 out of 3 falls match. I will say that this match was another spot fest, another high flying big man type of match. Um, the Beast Commander or the Beast. I really feel like uh, this could have been a little different. You know, Mortis was the Beast Mortis is I don't know, man. He's actually one of those another guy, another big guy that can go out there and spot and fly and do all those crazy spots. Um, was this a good uh, kind of setting for them? Sort of, but again, I really feel like this match should have been on Dynamite. It was good, it was TV good, but it wasn't pay per view good. You know, but that's just me. That's just what I think. The Darby Allin match and Brody King again. I ran through that match. Um, Crazy spots, craziness from Darby Allin, like always. But you know, Darby Allin picks up the victory. Hologram picks up the victory in his 2 out of 3 falls match. And then we go into the AEW Tag Team Championship match. Private Party versus the Young Bucks, the champions, the Young Bucks. And again, this whole program has been them building up to the fact that you know that that Private Party got that big victory in the tag tournament when they were trying to crown a new tag team champion or the first tag team champions. Um, and that was so long ago. That was what 6 years ago, 5 years ago or so. And what have you done with what a Private Party? What have you done for us lately? There have been on Collision. They have been on Rampage. They've tagged up with the Hardy Boys, um, but really, like, what have you? And it's not their fault. They're very talented. Um, but it's just the company's fault for not showcasing them a lot more to build them up, at least if they were going to have a world tag team title match. But you know, um, the Young Bucks pick up the victory on this, and you know, it was a decent match. Again, this could have been another TV match. This could have been another, Dynamite main event match. Um, Not necessarily a pay per view match. So let's go into the ROH World Championship match. The champion Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree. Um, this again was another match that could have been on TV. You know, wasn't anything good. It wasn't anything bad either. It was decent. Um, I really feel like this match itself uh, was to showcase more of Mark Briscoe, and Mark Briscoe took the ball and ran with it, made this match, pretty much something that he honestly deserves to have. Um, and he does pick up the victory, which I was really hoping he would, because I don't want to see another Chris Jericho world title run. I don't want to see Chris Jericho even more on TV. But he does pick up the victory. Mark Briscoe picks up the victory, and all is right in the world. We go into the world title match, the AEW World Heavyweight Championship match. Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley, and right before the music goes off for Danielson, his music goes. His music keeps on going throughout this whole entire ordeal. What I mean by is John Moxley and Bryan Danielson start brawling throughout the outside of the ring, and for just a good minute or two, um, before they actually get in the ring and the bell does ring for that for this match to even start. Um, Crazy match. John Moxley ruthless trying to go after Bryan Danielson's neck. Um, you know, I was hoping to see maybe a debut of somebody or someone to kind of help out a little bit more, but the numbers were against Bryan Danielson, and unfortunately, John Moxley is your new AEW World Champion. Um, John beat the shit out of Danielson, and um, yeah. Does this mean Bryan Danielson is done with professional wrestling? Possibly. Um, we will find out if he is done with honestly competing, because that's what he said he was going to do once he lost the belt. Um, but I really feel like we'll probably get maybe a match or two um, out of them. Um, Maybe one more match, maybe maybe uh, maybe some kind of gimmick match where there's something. Um, but I feel like, or I do feel like that this match, or Bryan Danielson is not done with wrestling. He's going to go out one more match in his kind of way, in his fashion, not just this big loss that he just suffered. Um, and that is your AEW WrestleDream rundown, basically. And again, the main event was good. The main event was a very, very good um, match to have to finish off the show. Um, the Willow Nightingale match and Mariah May was kind of a surpriser, because it was really, I don't want to say really good, but it was good enough for Mariah May, not so good for Willow Nightingale, because she can do better. You know what I mean? Um, the Will Ospreay match obviously was going to be one of those kind of matches that were just going to go and blow everybody out of the water, because it was crazy. Takeshita winning the title after Will just won it about a month or two ago, was kind of surprising. And they need to stop hot potatoing this belt, or even just, you know, put it on the shelf and stop debuting it. Um, the Jay White's victory over Hangman, very surprising, so I don't know about that. Decent match was, again, the commander match could have been on TV. The Jericho match could have been on TV, and the Bucks match could have been on TV. But what do I know? I'm just some guy talking in front of you guys. Let's see, what else do we have on deck right now. Uh, I'm just trying to get ready for my surgery. I was gonna go out this weekend and hang out with a friend, but I ended up getting a scrape on my knee because I was trying to fix something outside. I was trying to put up a sunscreen, so you know, so there's a little shade in on the patio, especially when it starts raining. I do like to go outside and have a cigar while it rains. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things to me. Um, but Yeah, I was trying to do that and ended up hitting my or scraping my knee or scraping my, um, you know, I guess in front of my cab and stuff. That part of the leg um, on our doggy gate and just took the skin right off. It was bad. It was bad. But everything's good. I'm still scheduled for my surgery on the 30th, and you know it's fine. It's nothing bad's happening to it. It's healing, so that is the best part. Um, what else? I know I was gonna say something else. Possibly the next show, I will be doing a EDC pocket dump, or even an EDC pickups that I just recently picked up. Um, if you are in and around a Walmart or something like that, go check out the knives over there. They have Civivi knives, they have Buck knives, they have a bunch of Kershaw stuff. Um, but most of their knives are actually on sale. So go check it out and see what you can pick up. I mean, I saw I think I saw a nice, really good flipper knife from Civivi. Oh no, it was I think it was a buck knife. Um, I don't know which one it was because it didn't have the box and really didn't say the name of it. It just said the price, uh, and it was on clearance. So you know you can go pick up a really good knife for real cheap, if anything. Um, I'm very surprised that they have Civivi knives or displayed in the the display box. But again, pick up a knife, go check it out. You know, what do I know? I like picking up knives. Um, I got one that's coming very soon, so I'm very excited for that. I also have some other stuff that I want to kind of show you and want to kind of show off because, you know, I like showing off what I get, especially when it comes to the EDC stuff. So I will be doing something with the EDC, pocket dump, or even just my new EDC stuff that will be coming out from there. Um, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I am all done, all set. The possible next video will be an EDC dump. If not, then the next video is going to be my surgery. So stay tuned. Give me send me some good wishes, and yeah. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Cross out. Good night, everybody.